Hey, welcome to Life After Nursing School. I'm your host, Caroline Dana, aka Nurse Coach Caroline, and I'm here to help you, the new nurse, thrive in your career. As a former nurse recruiter, nurse manager, and now your personal new nurse career coach, I'm obsessed with making sure you don't just survive your first couple of years at the bedside. I want you to absolutely rock them. From the challenges to the triumphs, I'll be right here with you, giving you the real-world advice and support that you need to shine. Whether you're in nursing school getting ready for life after, or you're already out there in nurse life feeling overwhelmed or even questioning your confidence, I've got your back. I'll be sharing tips, tricks, resources, and strategies that are just for you. We'll dive into everything from landing that dream nursing job to slaying imposter syndrome, and most importantly, how to keep that spark alive and stay the vibrant and amazing nurse that you are. So if you're ready to tackle the things nursing school did not cover, like how to build a career, trust yourself, and keep your passion strong, then get comfortable because we are about to dive in and make nurse life the best life. Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in today's podcast episode, Life After Nursing School podcast. I am really happy to be back. And if you are new here, my name is Caroline Dana. I'm a nurse, have been a nurse for 14 years. I currently have a career coaching business and I also do clinical instructing as well. So in this summer semester, I only have one group, so I'm doing it one day a week. However, I'm also managing my 3 kids and them being out of school in summer and camps and all of the things. So I want to thank you for being here today. Okay. I also want to acknowledge that I have taken a little pause on this podcast. I last recorded in April and now it's July. And I want to tell you about that pause. It was not a planned break. But I really want to dive into it because it actually was really transformative for me. And I think maybe it's something that might resonate with you today or could help you in your journey of just being a better version of you, chasing your career goals, evolving in whatever way that looks like. So I am happy and excited to be back. I think that I'm going to just go ahead and claim that this is the start to season 2. I never thought I'd have seasons in my podcast, but knowing me, I know that I'll probably be on here regularly until maybe I need another pause. And maybe that will be the end of season 2. And when I jump back into it again, that will be season 3. So I'm going to claim that this is now season 2. I don't know how many episodes will be in season 2, but let me tell you, I actually have so many amazing guests lined up for season 2, and I'm really excited about it because I think there are people you probably know, some you might not, and I think they're going to be able to share expertise in a way that's going to help you best craft your nursing career and journey. Because no 2 nursing careers or journeys are the same. They're just not. Everyone has their own unique path, and I think that's really fun. I think that's exciting, and if you're able to pivot when your current role is no longer serving you and pivot in a direction that actually aligns with your values, your strengths, who you are, you're going to have the best career ever. Okay. All right. So let me talk about my pause, if you will. So in April, I turned 36. I know it feels crazy to be 36 years old, but it actually was a great birthday. Nothing special in the fact of celebrating and whatnot. But at that same time, there was this restless energy in me that I could not ignore. And I couldn't exactly understand what it is, but I want to tell you that I'm a very intuitive person. And I do believe all of us have intuition, we have gut feelings, and it's really it's like a muscle, right? The more you flex that intuition or listen to it and have it guide you in your life, the better you're going to be at knowing when your intuition is telling you something different. So let me just preface this with, as I previously mentioned, I've got 3 kids and I've got this business and I'm also working part-time. And in my business, at least up till April, it looked like this. I was working one-on-one with clients, helping with their resume and cover letter creation. I was coaching interview tips and strategies. I was doing mock interview calls. I was doing career clarity calls. And I also was doing webinars. Okay. And let me tell you, I also, like, I'm a one-woman show. So I was also sending out email newsletters. I was creating social media content, and I was very much in the grind. I'm also someone who measures my worth and whether I deserve rest or not solely on how productive I have been. And I'm someone that loves a good to-do list. I love crossing things off to-do lists. But sometimes, or what I have noticed in my life, is that when I get into the grind of something, and I am so focused on that to-do list or being productive and feeling like I'm being productive, my head is down and I am not aware of the direction I'm going in. So here I am in my business, head down, doing all the things, sort of on a hamster wheel and moving forward, but not necessarily in the direction that I want to go. So, and now let me equate this to running. I know if you know me, I love to run distance. I've been a cross country runner in college. I've run many marathons and I just love a good long run. So for me, if I were to, because I know many of you probably don't have a business out there, I don't expect you to, so you might not be able to understand what I'm even saying. So let me just use this as a way to explain kind of where I was at. So if you're in a race, okay, you might be so focused on every step, your form, your arm swing, the person in front of you, maybe your pace, if you're looking at your watch and your pace, you are so focused on just the presence and the here and now, your head is down, that if you don't lift your head up and recognize, okay, wait, I'm at mile 1 out of a 5-mile race, and then be able to adjust accordingly. Or if your head is down and you don't lift it up, you might take a wrong turn. And let me tell you, I've been there. There was one race I will never forget in high school where I took a wrong turn and I was in the lead. So I had no one in front of me to follow, but I wasn't paying attention to signs and I completely took a wrong turn. So it can happen. And that's kind of what it felt like in business. Like I was putting in the work, putting in the reps, but I was sort of going in a distance that was maybe parallel to my vision and what I feel like would make me feel aligned, but not quite on the right path. And to be honest with you, the only signs that I was going sort of off path was my intuition. I just had this restlessness and sort of this calling to like stop, pause, and just be present. You know, your intuition doesn't say, hey, go back and take that other opportunity that came your way. Or, hey, you should go, find this different avenue. No, I mean, your intuition doesn't spell it out for you, unfortunately. But it is an indicator that something is wrong, right? We use that in nursing. There have been many times where I've had patients where I'm like, okay, your vitals look good. You look good. But something about your condition is alarming me like, something's not quite right here, or the patient is worse than they appear to be. Okay. So my intuition is up. It is like restless energy, and the restlessness, no matter what I was doing, no matter how many reps I was putting in, I still felt restless. So I unexpectedly stopped recording my podcast. I stopped sending my newsletters. I, for the most part, stopped webinars. I did not stop meeting one-on-one with clients because that is definitely what fills me up and part of my business and what I enjoy doing. However, I created space to just be. And that was so uncomfortable. I can't even explain it to you. I'm sure many of you out there actually are overachievers like me, somewhat type A. I wouldn't say I'm truly type A, but we like to get things done. We like to, kind of do it ourselves because we know we're going to do it right. And we measure our worth on productivity. Taking a pause was so hard. I didn't really know what to do with myself. I felt immense guilt, right? And if you're in nursing school, it's kind of like you're in the trenches of nursing school and you're tired and you want to watch, let's just say you want to watch a show. And while you're watching that show, the whole time you're like, ooh, I should be writing my clinical journal, or, oh, I should be studying for my next test, or there's so many other things I should be doing, yet this is what I'm choosing to do. And you feel guilty about it. When at the end of the day, we all know, rest and productivity should really balance out. So here I am on a pause that I sort of didn't know I was doing. I was kind of like, I know I need to scale back to really be able to dive inward and figure out what's going on. But I did some meditating, I did some journaling, I did some thinking, and I tried to just trust the process, which again was so hard. I mean, I remember in particular sitting on my back deck, sitting on the stairs and just crying. And my husband coming out going like, "What is going on with you?" And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how to move forward. I almost felt paralyzed by the restlessness and nothing felt right. And he, of course, comforted me, supported me, but it's hard when you're trying to create a business, right? Because I am choosing the path that's not as stable. I am lucky to be able to pair that up with a part-time nursing job. That is why our profession is so exciting and opens so many doors. But I felt really guilty. Like here I am pausing, not really doing anything. My husband's working so hard. There's always bills coming in. There's always things we need to pay for or do. And here I am sort of taking a step back when on paper you might think, girl, you need to keep moving forward, right? So again, I spend some time trying to do things that focus more on me and listen to a lot of podcasts that even was more about spiritual work. Like I said, I did journaling, meditation. There's one thing I did that I thought was actually really cool, and that I saw on social media. This girl spends one day a week living in Delulu. Okay, right? Like your delusions. So basically, the concept, and this is definitely if you're more of like someone who likes manifestation or like woo woo stuff or spirituality, this concept of hers, I believe, is basically like if you are living in the delusion. So like if you want to be a CEO one day, then on Friday, if that's your Delulu day, you're going to wake up acting like you're a CEO of a, Fortune 500 company. And you're going to do all the things CEO version of you would do that day. And you would really embody that mindset. And what that's supposed to do is really like raise your vibrations and probably change your mindset around kind of what that would look like. So, kind of funny, but I actually decided, I'm like, ooh, I'm going to try a Delulu day. And what I did basically was like, okay, I know I have this one day off without my kids, and I am going to literally do what I want that day, what future Caroline, like living her dream life, would do. I got up, got my kids off to wherever I think they were going to school that day, and I got myself a Starbucks coffee, right? Like my favorite treat. And then I went and found a quiet place to creatively write. And I was listening to good music. I was writing, and nothing to do with nursing, okay? Creative writing. And then, kind of once I got all my creative juices out, I was like, I'm going to go for a nice run along the water. I ran along the water, basically frolicking, let's be real. Then I ended it with reading my book by the water. And then I went and picked up my youngest from preschool. And it's funny because it's like, okay, Caroline, that's like, it's not like that crazy of a Delulu day, if you will. But I think what was really eye-opening to me, first of all, two things. In the middle of my Delulu day, I didn't tell my husband this, like that I was having this Delulu day, because I mean, there's some guilt around it. My poor husband going to work, here I am, like frolicking in my town. But as I'm doing this Delulu day, in the middle of it, he calls me and he's like, "Hey, I just want to tell you, I'm so proud of you." And I'm like, "What?" He's like, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of everything that you've accomplished, everything that you're doing. And it just felt inclined to tell you that. And I'm like, I don't know. I might be raising my vibrations and attracting in, exactly what I need to hear. So, and then actually that same day, I got an email that basically I had pitched myself. I'm just gonna tell you what I did because I don't know, probably should wait to see if it comes to fruition, but screw it. Basically, what I did like a couple days before, actually, no, this was like a week or two before, I created a like fun resume, which basically was like more so about me and content creation and my business and skills that I have. And I created a video and I sent it to Nurse Con at the Sea. I think I'm saying that right, which is Nurse Blake's conference on the cruise ship. And I said, hey, I want to be a part of this. And basically, like, I am happy to literally take out the trash if that's what you need. But I know I would absolutely love to bring some energy and support to this conference. I don't necessarily want to attend it. I want to work it. Like, I will volunteer. Like, I want to be a part of this, right? I love things that are community and, goal driven and being in that atmosphere and networking, right? So I like sent literally a cringe video, I'm not gonna lie, to NurseCon at the Sea. And it had been a week or two prior. And initially they were like, hey, we were booked for this cruise. We really don't need any help, but thanks anyways. And I was like, okay. And then I sent, that was probably a month before. Then I sent a week before Delulu Day, I sent an email just being like, hey, just circling back, I'm still interested in future opportunities should you need it. And on Delulu Day, I got an email that was like, we're going to keep your information on file. We might actually have a need for you. Now, fast forward a few months, I have not heard anything. So I'm not saying it's necessarily coming to fruition, but don't worry, I will be sending a follow up email. But I just think that that day, here I am doing all these things that just like fill up my cup from an emotional standpoint and a creative standpoint. That is raising vibrations and bringing good things in. Okay. So yeah, that is one of the things that I did on my break. Again, many other things of just like learning about me, trying to channel what is it that I really want and out of my business, out of my life, etc. Now, let's see, about a month ago, so it's July, early June, I realized like I need to move my business in a direction of tech. Okay. So I literally got in ChatGPT and I said, how do I get around tech people? Because I knew like, let me network with tech people. Let me see like, how can I elevate my business and help more people and scale, right? And so I went to ChatGPT. How can I surround myself by tech people? And literally ChatGPT was like, funny that you should say this because next week in the state of Connecticut, which is where I'm from, is Tech Week. And they have all these events for free that you literally just show up to. Well, I mean, you had to register, let's be real. But, I didn't have to buy a ticket, nothing. Let me tell you guys, that week changed everything for me. Okay. I went to multiple events. I witnessed people trying to raise capital. I sat in on some, I don't know what they call it, a pitch performance or something, where basically it was Shark Tank. Okay. These founders were getting up, they were pitching their business, asking for capital. And then people were saying, yes, I'll invest in your business, or no, I won't. And they had awards at the end. I mean, it was so cool. And I met a lot of people and it was weird. I felt it in me that I had to go to these events. And I kind of chose somewhat a few at random, but every single one I went to, I was like, wow, I got something huge out of that. So I met this girl, Kelsey, who is in tech. And I told her kind of what I'm looking for and the support I'm looking for. And she said, let's connect on LinkedIn. And I think I have someone that you could talk to. So she introduced me to a couple other tech people. I got on calls with them. I got on a few calls with other tech people that I had met. And then one of the tech people Kelsey had introduced me to said, hey, I think what you're looking for is this person that I know, and they have kind of the background that you're looking for. Set me up with the person that they know to get on a call, and gotten on a call with this individual a few times. And I feel like we really can move forward. So I have a lot coming. I'm excited to share. And I can't necessarily keep everything a secret. So here I am already spilling the beans. But I really feel like big things are coming, and I can't wait to help as many people as possible find jobs and navigate that first year as a nurse. It's so hard, and we will see. But I think what I wanted to share with you is that once June came and I started, even before I went to the tech events, the restlessness dissipated. And then I went to these tech events and I was like, okay, I know the direction to move in. It is this direction. So now I feel like I can sort of get back into my grind rather than still being back in April, head down, doing all the things on the hamster wheel, moving in a direction, but not necessarily the direction that pause allowed me to see. So I guess what I am sharing here is if you are someone that values your worth off of your level of productivity or how hard you worked or how many things you've achieved that day or week or whatever, many times that can hurt you. And your worth should not be tied to your productivity. And if you can pause that overachieving nature and turn within and just do a gut check. How do I feel right now? Do I feel good about what I'm doing? Do I feel like I'm moving in the right direction? Is there something lingering? Then like do that gut check. It's going to course correct you, just like I really truly feel it has done for me. So now that I feel like I'm like, yes, I'm back on track, baby. Here we are. Let's go. I am like excited to get back to podcasting. And like I said, I have so many good individuals that I'm going to have on my podcast over the next few weeks. I'm so excited to share them with you. If there's someone you really want to hear from, let me know. If you think you'd be a great guest on the podcast and you have a reason why, shoot me an email. I would love to hear from you and consider having you on my show. So all in all, this is officially season 2 of Life After Nursing School podcast. This show is all about helping you make the best career decisions possible so that you can live your best life. Okay. As much as I love being a nurse, I love who I am and also the other things that make me who I am. So I think many times the nursing career can hold people back or be their detriment. Or if used correctly, it can literally propel you forward in so many ways. So if you're feeling stuck, if you're not sure what type of nurse you want to be, if you just feel like you're stagnant or unsure of your next step, tune in. Obviously, listen to all previous 60 episodes. I have many different guests on the show. And like I said, I'm going to have amazing guests moving forward. So I just wanted to give a little update episode so that you know kind of what's been going on with me. So I hope to share more too about my business moving forward, but that will be a work in progress for a while. Like I said, I still help clients one-on-one. I still have a community, the New Nurse Society, and I still have digital courses to help you make an awesome resume and cover letter, as well as really interview to the best of your ability. So head to www.nursecoachcaroline.com if you're interested in any of those products or need any other additional support. Yeah, that's it, guys. I am happy to be back. I'm excited. And let's do this. All right. As I always say, I've got one hand for me and the other for you. Signing off. Well, that's it for today's episode of Life After Nursing School. I hope you feel more confident and ready to tackle the challenges that come with starting your nursing career. Remember, the first year or 2 might not be easy, but with the right mindset, you can overcome anything. If you found value in today's episode, I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a future episode. Also, please consider leaving a review on your favorite podcast platform. It helps so much in reaching other new nurses like you. Thanks for listening, and remember, you've got this. Take care and see you next time.